So this is the talk of the White Mountain today, and I'm putting it out. I'm double wristing their watches, and I've been a long time customer and fan of their various products, from their wallets, the leather goods, as well as their writing instruments, right? So when I first walked in and wanted that pen, I didn't even know there's a whole community behind their writing instruments, but that's what it's called, not pen, a writing instrument. However, it wasn't until my first visit to Watches and Wonders in 2022 that I started to pay attention to what they're doing with their watches, their heritage and their history and the quality and a lot of amazing stuff. This is when I truly noticed their latest iteration of their 1858 collection. It's just incredible, man. Like, to me, hands down, that was the point in time when I said, I'm going to start monitoring this closely. And today, I'm going to bring forward 4 of their pieces in that collection that I think you may need to pay attention to, because it's just a good value proposition. While Montblanc offers a range of intricate watch complication, I always, as the majority of watch lovers, would want to consider that sport watch first, right? From any brand. That's a segue into their classic watches. Much like those from Vacheron and JLC, and when it comes to Rolex, it's all about their sport watches. That's the only brand that is an exception to this equation. But you first invest in that sport watch, and that's kind of like your segue into the classics and everything else, right? So today we're talking sport collection, a specific collection. This is the IC collection, 4 of them. Pictures, videos are not going to do them justice. Let me just put it that way, right? You want to go and try and put it on your wrist. So the next time you pop by Montblanc, don't go in for the pens only or the wallets and whatever else that would take you there, or maybe get a fill for your writing instrument. Try their watches. Just try this IC collection. The chronograph as well is interesting, and they've got a few interesting complications there as well, like they're known for that. But you want to give it a shot, because before you even try it, just glancing at it, it is going to scream craftsmanship and quality. That's what happened to me. So Montblanc is truly uniquely qualified when it comes to the level of quality they put in their watches and craftsmanship. I mean, glancing at this watch, the glacier pattern on the dial immediately shouts, right? It looks like scratched wood. In fact, it's a unique technique that is called gratté-boisé, which means scratched wood. And that's really the theme for these dials that we're going to see in all 4 of these watches, right? It almost looks applied because you sense this depth. The superluminova and the hour marker truly stands out as expected from a dive watch like this. This is one of the main things that stood out for me about the dial. As needed from any dive watch, right? You want legibility. Considering you're diving with this watch, right? It goes up to 300-meter depth. So let's say you're taking it for that dive, if you would. You want to make sure that lume is good, and the lume here screams, doesn't speak, screams. And I'm a sucker for looms. If you guys been following the channel for some time, you know, to me, that lume and how it reflects is one of the tick boxes. And this watch definitely ticks it. The Caseback is laser engraved throughout all of these watches. A fascinating 3D contrasted image basically showing you Mount Everest. It's got the matte, it's got the shiny finishes, so you see that contrast, right? Dimension on all of them are 41 millimeters and stands tall at 12.9, which is truly impressive considering it houses the Montblanc caliber MB24.17 SW200. Don't ask me about this reference again, I probably won't be able to remember it. But it's an automatic movement with 26 rubies that provides up to 38-hour power reserves with water resistant rated to 300 meters. Now that's going neck to neck with the Submariner, obviously. And it feels like, if not the same quality, probably better. That's what it feels like. It gives you that, right? I truly appreciate center cases, as you guys know, so for me to see this on a dive watch, it's quite interesting. Thin profile watches, thin cases is what speaks to me. To a lot of people, it's function first. To me, it's aesthetic first, the look and feel of the watch, regardless of complication. This has a date. This houses a caliber that is quite interesting, and it's a caliber that gives you 35-hour power reserve. It gives you all these beautiful things, but at the same time, they kept the aesthetic profile of it as slim as possible. You can genuinely see and feel that all these watches are well made. Each piece has undergone a rigorous Montblanc tier laboratory testing for shock, magnetic, temperature, water resistant to ensure, of course, enhanced performance. for your active environment if you're going to wear this watch to dive. I mean, who really wears a Submariner to go diving? I don't. Maybe you do. Come on, man. Like, it's just wear a G-Shock. Seriously. But it's rated to the highest performance for active environments, to the highest quality levels, and seriously reasonably priced, going back to the price point. Considering it also showcases a date function and price for less than what a Tudor Black Bay would cost you. $3,900 US for the steel variations and $4,136 for the bronze tone edition. I think that's a very good price, man, for it. For what you get for the quality, and it's obviously not as hyped as Rolex and a pink dial chronograph Tudor, but it's, in my opinion, it's worth every single penny. I'm actually thinking about copying one of them. The bronze is not a limited edition, and it's the one that made a lot of noise even during Watches and Wonders, and people inquire about that specifically. The blue and green are nice, and I see a lot of use cases for the option with the steel bracelet, because you also can get it on the strap, right? I see a lot of use cases for the bronze tone edition as well. So I think it's not a limited edition, it is just called that, and I think that would also be interesting for a lot of people. Now, while I see a lot of these use cases for the green, the blue, the one that stood out for me the most is the gray on gray dial, the one that is inspired by the Meride glass, right? The scratch glass look as it translates. So this is something that I'm interested in this specific configuration with the rubber strap, this rugged look. This is what I would go for. But I'm interested in what you guys think. Let me know what you think about this IC collection from Montblanc. Let me know what you think about the price point, and do let me know if you were to pick one, which one would be yours. Till I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.